Hello friends, in this video we will discuss about structure of male gamete or spermatozoa, and this male gamete or spermatozoa are also known as germ cell. Since humans are sexually dimorphic animal, so the male and female can be distinguished externally, and the primary sex organ in our body are testis and ovary. The primary sex organ of male are testis and the primary sex organ of female is ovary. And this spermatozoa or the male gamete are synthesized or are produced gonad or testis and by process of spermatogenesis. So here this is the structure of male gamete and which is also known as testis, and by process of spermatogenesis million of spermatozoa or the sperm are produced, and this spermatogenesis are multi-step process, and we will discuss the process of spermatogenesis in the next video. But here we will discuss the structure of spermatozoa. This is very important. When you study embryology, you should have clear concept about male gamete or spermatozoa. The sperm is minute, that means it is very small and the microscopic. Leeuwenhoek observed different type of cell, of which one of the most important was spermatozoa. And the spermatozoa are always haploid and they are flagellated, and since they have flagella, so they are the motile male gamete. And this is a basic diagram of spermatozoa, and you can see there are present a head. This is a very important region, and in this head the nucleus are present. Just in front of nucleus the acrosome are present, and in this acrosome different type of enzymes are present. One of the most important enzyme are hyaluronidase, and this will causes the breaking of different type of egg membrane. Just after the head there are present a very small and the constricted region which is known as neck. So this neck connect the head and the middle piece, and the next portion is the middle piece, and in neck you can see two different type of centriole. One is known as proximal centriole, which is present nearer to the nucleus, and the distal centriole which is present just far away from this nucleus. And the middle piece contains a specific mitochondria, and this mitochondria are spirally arranged, and this mitochondria are known as spiral mitochondria. And the sperm can move in vaginal tract. After ejaculation the semen is discharged in female reproductive tract, and in the semen 90% are seminal fluid. The semen is made up of seminal fluid and the spermatozoa. Now 90% in semen, 90% are seminal fluid and the 10% is spermatozoa, and it is released in female vagina or the female cervix, and then from this vaginal portion it will move to the fallopian tube where fertilization takes place. Union of male and female gamete is also known as fertilization. This spiral mitochondria provide energy for movement of sperm, and there are also present in another centriole which is known as a ring centriole or annulus, and this is the tail portion, and this is the end principal piece or the tail. Then the spermatozoa is made up of four regions. The first one is head where the nucleus and the acrosome are present, and second one is neck where proximal centriole and the distal centriole are present, and the third portion is the middle piece, and in this middle piece the spiral mitochondria are present, and the ring centriole or the annulus marked the ending of the middle piece, and the last portion is tail piece. So all of these regions are covered by plasma membrane. Since it is animal cell, so there are present no cell wall, only the plasma membrane covered the structure. Then the axial filament passes through the middle piece and extends into the tail. This is axial filament. This passes through the middle piece and this extends up to the tail. And the human sperm is 60 micrometer in length. And here you can see the nucleus, and the nucleus reside inside the head. And in this nucleus you cannot identify the specific chromosome. Actually the chromosome are present in the form of chromatin. Chromatin is nothing. The chromatin is made up of DNA plus protein. So the DNA plus protein, it is a particular stage of chromosome. This is made up of DNA and protein. So the chromatin is highly condensed, make the resistant to the physical stress, and the condensation is due to replacement of histone by protamine. And in chromatin, you know, the DNA and the protein are present, and protein are two types, the histone and the non-histone protein. But in case of spermatozoa, the histone protein is replaced by protamine. This is very important. And also there is another important term, the Nebenkern, the structure formed by the spirally arranged mitochondria in the middle piece. You can see in middle piece there are present spirally arranged mitochondria. This provide energy for movement of spermatozoa, and this spirally arranged mitochondria are known as Nebenkern. Then what are the different parts of sperm? We have already seen that the sperm consisting of 4 parts. It is made up of 4 different parts: the head, neck, middle piece and the tail. The entire spermatozoa is surrounded by plasma membrane. The first one is head. Head is oval shaped and consisting of nucleus and the acrosome. And the nucleus, the chromosome are present in the form of chromatin, which is highly condensed structure. Then in head, the nucleus is flat and the oval. It carries the genetic information, and the human nucleus consisting of 23 highly condensed chromosome, and the sperm is always haploid, so the chromosome are present in single set. This is very important because union of male and female gamete produce the diploid zygote, and this maintain the chromosome number of different species. The haploid number of chromosome in gamete or the germ cell maintain chromosome number of different species. And in head region you can find also another important structure which is known as acrosome. Then head is covered by a cap-like acrosome or the acrosomatic body, and this acrosome is also known as Gallia capitis. During sperm entry, acrosome secrete an enzyme which is known as hyaluronidase, and this enzyme helps in penetration of the ovum, so the acrosome is a specialized lysosome. And here you can see a female gamete or ovum, and the nucleus, and this is protoplasm, and this protoplasm is surrounded by egg membrane or the vitelline membrane. In case of human, the egg membrane or the plasma membrane is also known as vitelline membrane. Just outside of this plasma membrane, the zona pellucida is present, and outside of the zona pellucida, a corona radiata is present. So for union of the sperm plasma membrane and the egg plasma membrane, it is very important for breakdown of this corona radiata and the zona pellucida. And the enzyme which are present in the acrosome causes the breakdown of this corona radiata and the zona pellucida. So ultimately, the union of sperm and egg nucleus occurs during the time of fertilization, which is also known as amphimixis. After head region, a small region is present, and this is the smallest part of sperm, and it unites the head with middle piece, and it is formed of the true centriole, the proximal centriole and the distal centriole. Then this is neck. So this is the smallest part of spermatozoa, and in this neck region the proximal centriole and the distal centriole are present. And from the centriole the microtubules are originated, and this microtubule extended through middle piece up to the end of tail region. The next part which we are talking that this is the middle piece, and it is composed of axial filament, and this filament is also surrounded by spiral mitochondria and the cytoplasm, and this spiral mitochondria is also known as Nebenkern. And the last part of the spermatozoa is principal piece or tail, and this is the largest part of sperm and the 10 times as long as middle piece, and at the junction of the middle piece and the tail, the ring centriole or the annulus is present, and the axial filament and the cytoplasm is present in tail. So axial filament and cytoplasm is present in tail. No centriole or the mitochondria can be found in the tail region, and this helps in movement of spermatozoa. Then the axial filament is very important. This helps in movement of spermatozoa, and here you can see the axial filament, and this axial filament extend from middle piece up to the end of the tail region. The no mitochondria or the centriole are present. Actually, the ring centriole marks the ending of the middle piece. Just after the ring centriole, the tail region or the principal piece started. Axial filament is very important. This axial filament present just behind the distal centriole of the neck, and this passes through the middle piece and most of the tail, and at the point where the middle piece joins the tail, the axial filament passes through a ring-like structure which is known as ring centriole or the annulus. The axial filament usually made up of microtubule, and the arrangement of this microtubule is 9+2 type of arrangement. That means there are present 2 central microtubule, and these 2 central microtubule are covered by 9 doublet microtubule. Diagram is transverse section of principal piece or tail, and in principal piece you can see the 2 microtubule, and these 2 microtubule are surrounded by 9 doublet microtubule, and this central 2 microtubule are connected with peripheral doublet microtubule with the help of different type of structure, the dynein, arm, nexin. So there are present different structure just like in cilia and the flagella. The arrangement in spermatozoa is 9+2 arrangement, and just outside of this 9 doublet microtubule there are present a specific structure which is known as quartz petal, and one such fibril lies just outside of each doublet. Then the quartz petal are nothing. This is special type of fibril, and this special type of fibril are present just outside of each doublet. Axial filament contains the 9 petal shaped fibril and which is known as quartz petal. The whole system is surrounded by fibrous sheath. So total system is surrounded by fibrous sheath. In middle piece the fibrous sheath is surrounded by spiral mitochondria. Then this is actually the structure of our male gamete or the spermatozoa.